I have no idea why I waited so long to develop Spoiler. I'm absolutely love playing and I play her way more than I probably even should. Let's just get to the videos.
There is a difference between you and me. We both looked into the abyss. But when it looked back at us, you blinked.
Hi guys, I'm Gravy here, and this is a DC Legends video. In this video, Olympia's already interrupting me. She is a bit tired. She was taking a nap on my lap, and I started talking, and now she's not so happy about that. This is her not happy face. She's not pleased. In any case, in this video, I'm gonna go on an in-depth guide through Spoiler. Put her down real quick so she can get to the couch. Spoiler is a tune that I did not develop for a long time. Going through her kit when I first read her, I was like, I don't really think that she's gonna be good, and that was wrong. I was absolutely 100% wrong. I was wrong. I was 100% wrong, at least in the style of play that I like. I have been using Nightwing a lot more lately. I've been using Invisibility a lot more lately, and so she's like a perfect fit for that. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get into her kit. By the way, I don't know. This is kind of like a Desaad thing. I love the legendary skin, but I also really like the normal skin. And I would want to get the skin change, I think, but for 1,000. But I do use her a lot though. I do use her a lot. Well, we'll see. I got another tune I need to develop tomorrow, so we'll see. In any case, let's just go ahead and go through her kit. Good influence. Damage to a single target, to a single enemy. Double damage if Spoiler is invisible. She's not hidden like a truck, but she's okay. She doesn't do bad. Mislead. 40% shield to all allies. Apply invisibility on the primary target and damage to a single random adversary. This doesn't really have an animation for the actual damage itself, which is kind of confusing. Apply true sight on the target. Now the invisibility usually outside of the legendary point, I would have just put that on myself, but now that I have that legendary point, now I do look for the targets that have true sight. And this is the other thing about it too. Well, I'll go ahead and get into this part next. Damage to all enemies. Apply taunt on the primary target. I love when those happen. I love the apply taunt on primary target. Double damage if Spoiler is invisible. And honestly, she does okay damage at best. I'm not bringing her for damage. I'm bringing her for all the support she brings. Call assist. Additional call assist if Spoiler is invisible. Like, it's really, really important that she stays invisible. Now, the thing I was going to say about Mislead and what I was going to say about the primary target is this is one of the reasons why I also like Riddler. However, this taunt that you're applying to the enemy, which lets you get around those Barda, Spectre, you know, like compositions, where you can just be like, all right, I'm going to put taunt on you now, and then everybody can attack you. Hers is a bit better than Riddler's because Riddler's is reliant on him having true sight, and if that happens to get purged before he gets his turn, then you can't really apply the taunt on whoever you want to apply it to. Hers is an AoE attack, and you just touch the one that you want, so it does not matter per se. It doesn't matter per se that she doesn't need a true sight or anything. The problem with that though is and I mean, I guess with Riddler's a problem too. You have a better chance of setting off an Azrael, for example, a Wonder Woman Coda, an Arcus can come back and get at you. Albeit no, because if she's invisible when she does this, then that negates retaliation. You don't get retaliated against if you're invisible. So never mind, that doesn't apply. Shadow Steps, passive ability, 75% chance to apply 3 int ups and 50% turn meter on random ally at the end of Spoiler's turn. All attacks from Spoiler ignore shield if she is invisible, which is one that I like. Again, going to that invisibility thing. 75% chance still bothers me. Like, if it's on a random ally and 75% chance, then it's like, what are we doing? But, I mean, it's not a bad ability at all. I'm being spoiled. Wow, I did not mean to have that pun. I am being spoiled. I want that to be 100%. I'm being a little bit spoiled. Now, alert, passive ability, 60% chance to gain invisibility at the end of her turn. So she tries to keep that invisibility on her. Also, 50% chance to gain awareness, which I had completely forgotten about, actually. I like that ability a lot. Help with her tankiness, help with her survivability. And then the other legendary one, 50% chance to apply silence on a random enemy. I'm not big into the silence debuff. I have been working on Ravager and Deathstroke. And, well, Enchantress is already done. But, and so is Deathstroke, actually. But I have been trying to work on, Jericho. That was the name. I have been trying to work on, like, other silence tunes to try to use silence. So if I actually do get to that point of where I'm comfortable using silence, then this would be a nice ability. If I had enough frags, I would definitely take her RB1. In any case, so I'm going to go ahead and go back. And what we're going to do is, why is my fingers dead? So then what we're going to do, nowhere near enough frags to go RB1, is I'm going to go to the videos. Be right back. So, as always, Chapter 8, Heroic Campaign, the final node. And I can't really remember. Okay, the animation's okay. It ain't great, but it's okay. And then there's a random attack that you don't see. And also the random attack. That's the kind of confusing part. When I was first using her, she was doing that attack and killing enemies, and I'm like, wow, that's just weird. It was just weird to me because I didn't see any animations. It's the same thing with like Jace Fox's A3 if he does, or A1 if he does the 2 attacks, the last attack, there's no animation for it. You just see the damage go, which I'm not complaining. I mean, so long as you, I mean, she just did it again. So long as you're taking somebody out, I'm good with it. Wow, that was actually really solid damage. Now that I look at it. And now that she's invisible, she's gonna ignore shield, so it doesn't matter how much she stacks up. Then she does that again. And it's you don't see the attack, which I guess maybe it just speaks to her being, you know, shifty, but okay, whatever. Now in this, what I have set up is we have Desaad there, obviously, to remove all of the debuff immunity, and actually all of the buffs because Darkseid is on that team as well. Nightwing is there to go ahead and give that invisibility. Go ahead and get Spoiler kicked off the right way. And then Spoiler is there mainly as support. We're going to try to keep a taunt on because here's the thing. If I'm running it on auto especially, I would like to use the semi-auto like I used to do with my like Wally West Lex teams where I just try to have that one move that I actually need, which would be to apply the taunt onto Spectre and then go forward. However, I can't even remember if I won this match because I'm seeing Dr. Poison there and I'm hoping I could have gotten to my Desaad turn before Dr. Poison got to hers, because if not, then that would be a problem. And this is the other thing I was thinking about before as well that I explained to you guys as well. Yeah, so you see the taunt is there on Spectre. I recorded these videos like, I want to say a week plus ago, so I don't really remember what happened. Let's find out together. So yeah, that is why I want, when I'm having those call assists, go ahead and purge everything and stun them. Yes. When I'm doing those call assists, for example, and I put the taunt on Spectre, that helps as well because when they call assist, then they go immediately to the taunt. You love it. When Nightwing does his out of turn attack, he's gonna head towards the taunt. You love it. So yeah, everything is well in hand. I'm surprised I'm gonna do the A1 on Aquaman. Oh no, I did it on Dr. Poison, even though she was stunned. A little weird, but all easy and well in hand. Whoop. Oh, Desaad is such a beast. And I stopped, not stopped using him. I haven't been using him nearly as much just because the situations haven't called for it as much, but such a beast. I've been using Spoiler a lot more recently, actually. Let's go ahead and go to the next one. So this one should be kind of, I guess, obvious. Still the Nightwing thing there for the invisibility. We're using Terra to protect us from Harley Quinn, giving us that damage immunity. And then we're going to use Captain Atom to spread a bunch of debuffs, and hopefully I can use Spoiler to put the taunt on Spectre so that way we can go ahead and attack him first. So let's go ahead and get into it. And I genuinely don't know if this went well or not. Because I think there's one video in there that I recorded where it was just a dumpster fire. Whatever I was trying to do did not work. So yeah, go ahead and put that on Spectre because the invisibility from Nightwing has Spectre kind of protected, but if we put the taunt on there from Spoiler, we're good to go. Now Spectre goes off because we made the stupid decision of killing, I can't even remember who that was, but we killed them, and now we have 2 of our team members stunned. Yeah, reduce the turn meter, we like to see it. And actually, when she's stunned, I wonder if she'll still do the apply intelligence ups. I mean, she should. There's no reason why she shouldn't. Thank you, Adam. Oh, and that's my lucky day on that day that Spectre didn't go off then. I didn't even check. I got so wrapped up. I didn't even check if that actually happened. See, should have given myself invisibility. But Spectre's out of the way, so everything else should be easy. Because we have, of course, Terra who has that can't miss. So even if he does, which he hasn't, even if he does stack up a bunch of evasion ups, we still got it in the bag. We're still good to go. So I think one more video and then I'll take you guys to the stats. Let's see what happens. I'm actually surprised that team worked and that Spectre didn't wreck us. Although I will say this, I got lucky. Spectre did not go off on 2 deaths. So that's a very much RNG helping me out in that situation. Normally I should have been like wrecked. All right, so next up we have, I ran a lot of Nightwing and I'm not a fan of that. I try to diversify the like lead roles, but I did a lot of Nightwing. Using Peacemaker, because when Spectre attacks and has that awareness, hopefully Peacemaker will attack back. Wonder Girl is there because of the whip, and there's going to be a lot of buffs floating around, given Darkseid, given Terra, so that's why she's there. And then I've already explained the Nightwing and spoiler situation. So not a fan of like having those teams, so many teams with Nightwing on them. Not a fan of that at all, but I guess it's the first 3. Let's see what happens with the last 2. Yep, so put the taunt on Spectre. And that way when she does out of turn attacks and call assists, we're good to go. Now I will say this, that out of turn attack from Nightwing actually attacked Terra even though the taunt was on Spectre. So am I wrong in that assumption that his out of turn attack will also go towards the taunt? Not something you want to be wrong about. Oh, and Wonder Girl just takes over the video. It's until she dies. All about her. Now they're stunned. We're good to go. So really in these roles that I've used like her in, is mostly trying to find a way around the taunter or directing call assist towards the taunted like enemy. So that way when I'm dealing with Spectre, when I'm dealing with whoever else, then oh, I did a different composition this time. Awesome. Actually, I'll run this one too. But that way, when I'm dealing with Spectre or whoever else was hiding behind a taunter, I can still get to them. So in this situation, we have Darkseid. I want Darkseid there because I'm trying to get those extra A1 attacks, those extra call assists. Putting in spoiler is going to put a taunt on. Actually, in this scenario, did I put the taunt on Arcus to get rid of him quickly? We're using a Ben Sur as taunter support for Clayface. And now I'm actually just really curious as to, yeah, I'm curious about who I put the taunt on. All right, let's go. I'm really curious about that. So, and I should use I do use a Ben Sur fairly often when I'm putting in taunters. It's a lot of fun. And we did not get enraged, lucky us. Now, who am I going to attack? I don't really want to attack Arcus. I'm like kind of scared of it, but I am invisible so he wouldn't retaliate. So yeah, gave myself invisibility and then attacked on the A1 thanks to Darkseid. We use that to stun Arcus and then attack again. Love it from a Ben Sur running on the Darkseid. This went easy. Was this team actually like, was this a tomato can team or was it actually like a team? Applying the taunt back onto Clayface, which calls an assist. Thank you. We get rid of Batman and now it's just Superman. That was easy. Really easy. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is as soon as this is over, then I'm gonna go into the stats. And honestly, we're just waiting for his death and damage immunity to fall off. That's it. Stun him one time so he can't. Oh, there we go. So let's go ahead and go to the stats. Be right back. So, DC Legends Toolkit, DCL Toolkit, absolutely awesome resource. Check it out if you're not checking it out. In fact, buy him a coffee. His site is incredible. So go ahead and buy him a coffee because DC Legends Toolkit is awesome. All right, so speed, 25th. Top 25, we like to see it. I wish she was top 10, but that's me being greedy again. HP is 83. She is a bit, I won't say squishy, but she isn't exactly the tankiest in the world. I think she's about average. And actually looking at her agility being 6th, I'm saying, well, maybe it's because going up against special damage tunes. She's 67th, which puts her right in the middle, 67th in terms of intelligence, which puts her right in the middle in terms of intelligence. Her strength is 95, but again, you're not bringing her for damage. Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised at those stats, the HP, the agility, and well, stamina 78th. Very average there too. So it's like all in the middle except for agility, so I'm surprised. Okay, well, she's not squishy though. She's not squishy. I would say that in terms of like, can she take a hit? She's average. Like she's satisfactory at best. Crit chance is 93rd, but again, we're not bringing her for damage, and then crit value is 55th. Again, not bringing her for damage. So like, really, her role is support to me. I'm gonna go ahead and go down to the legendary order real quick. 3, 2, 4. Apparently, L3 is the sweet spot, and then it's dealer's choice for the 2 or the 4. I don't even remember how. Well, anyway, physical support. Yeah. Did I take the? Well, the only one I didn't take was the 1. So clearly I had 3, 2, 4. I just don't know what order I took them in. But in any case, those are her stats. Let's get back to the videos. So I've been trying to use Captain Cold and Mr. Freeze more often lately, just to kind of mix up the leads for Captain Cold. I think he's actually a really good lead. I just don't use him that often, and I guess it's because the PvP meta doesn't really allow for it in certain ways. But so in this case, I brought out the old school. I brought out Castaway Green Arrow. I love Castaway Green Arrow. Is he viable? He's viable now, but is he like really relevant? Not particularly. And then spoiler, and then Shazam is there to keep him off us. Get him off of us. He is protection. And then hopefully we can get enough debuffs around to slow them down and then take them out piece by piece with Castaway Green Arrow. I mean, I guess, who's even my damage dealer in this situation? I don't really have like a damage dealer. It's more like a counter team. Like, you guys attack us, but we're gonna reduce your turn meter. We're gonna give you a lot of debuffs. Shazam is just going to be tanky and unkillable. So I don't even know like who's supposed to be like the damage dealer in this composition. That's funny. I mean, I guess, but Castaway does not hit. He is support, just like Spoiler. They're both support. Taunter. So I guess Captain Cold is supposed to be the damage dealer here. Sure. All right. So then, of course, we put the taunt on Spectre. He who shall not. And thank you, Castaway Green Arrow. My love for you is officially justified. Yeah, reducing the turn meter there. This is funny to me. Well, I guess there's not really a tune in there that requires a definitive damage dealer. Like, there's not someone that there wasn't anybody that I was scared of outside of Spectre. And as you can see, like Spectre, Castaway Green Arrow, and Spoiler combined took him out. I'm not worried about damage coming from Zatanna. Her removing buffs, yeah, could be a problem, but not really a big one. Huntress does hit like a truck. She can, but again, you see there, I don't have much to be worried about. And then Green Lantern Al Jordan, he's just tanky as hell, so he's going to be harder to kill, but I'm not necessarily worried about any retaliation or any damage from either of those tunes, and I guess my thought process was justified. So, we have this well in hand. Spoiler, I absolutely love. I think she's great. I'm guessing I'm leaning towards like A tier for her, maybe high B, but definitely I think worth going after and pursuing. So, thank you guys for watching. I try to use these videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, hit subscribe and hit dislike. I'm okay with that as well. Support the channel, buy me a coffee, and I'll see you guys next time.